And welcome into the Gary Ayd Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Online at cavetalkradio.com and the Cave Talk Radio app. It's great to have you aboard. Gary Ayd with you. And we got so much to talk about today. A lot of good stuff. One thing, we got a lot of guests on today from the OC Smash and the OC Bombers. So that will be something to consider. We have Emily Miller and Nick Falvo in hour 2. And we start today, though, with our opening rant. And, you got to start with Victor Wembanyama. So, obviously, this is the guy who everyone coveted. San Antonio won the great race, as they say. They were able to, shall we say, jump Detroit, who didn't get the top pick, even though they had the worst record. And the thing that I wonder about with Wembanyama, there's a few points of concern here. We're already being told he's the greatest prospect in NBA history. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I believe LeBron James was. Remember, at a time when social media was in its infancy, it was MySpace. I don't think YouTube was even a thing yet in 2003. It was MySpace was the only game in town. Tom. Remember Tom? I remember Tom. Tom was a good guy. He's everyone's first friend. He liked everybody. At a time when social media didn't really exist, it was in its infancy. This guy, LeBron, was internationally, certainly nationally acclaimed. His high school games when he was like a sophomore were on pay-per-view. Think about, that's even crazy today. Pay-per-view. And the expectation, the requirement to just equal the hype was being one of the 5 greatest players in NBA history. Basically, that it was never stated that empirically, but that was the vibe. That was the unspoken reality. And he's met that. And it's only gotten intenser as he's gone along. All that to say, Wembanyama, while incredibly talented, and I'm perfectly happy to say he's the most anticipated best prospect since LeBron, I will say that, he does not have anywhere near the weight of expectation that LeBron had on him. And partly because of my second concern. So my first concern is just what that expectation weight, whatever weight Wembanyama has, whether it's the same as LeBron, I believe it's less than LeBron, equal to, whatever it is, there's some expectation there. That weight can crush a kid. We've seen it happen more than once. So that's concern number 1. But concern number 2, and the bigger deal to me, is how many 7'5" guys have great, successful 15 or more year careers where they're healthy and dominant? There's not one. Yao Ming was really good for about 6 years and pretty good for 10. But he flamed out because of his feet and injuries. And all the other guys of Wembanyama's height or higher were role players, never has-beens, and guys who flamed out before they could even get started. Manute Bol, Jeffrey Murasan, Zajunas Ilgauskas, good player, might have made one all-star team. It's not a great list. Mark Eaton, shot blocker, not much else. I know Wembanyama's skill set is unique to those guys. But you know who he kind of is similar to skill set wise? And of course, height? Porzingis. Look, you say, well, Gary, come on, he's way better than that. Well, maybe, But stylistically, he is Porzingis with better defense, especially shot blocking. And based on history, which I always will go by, I don't have a great expectation. In fact, I have a very low expectation that he'll be healthy enough, long enough, consistently enough to live up to what he's being portrayed to be. I think he will be better than Porzingis when he plays, but I think he will not play enough over the course of his career, based on history of guys of this size, to come anywhere close to living up to the hype. And I also think a guy that big with his finesse skill set is very prone and very likely to fall in love with his skill set and forget his size. He's going to be shooting fadeaways, baseline turnarounds, three-point shots. He's going to be handling the ball at the top of the key, triple threat. And that's all cool. But you really take away some of your own advantage, some of your own height advantage when you do that as a guy of that size. So between style, durability, and historical precedent, underscored by the pressure he's going to be under, I'm saying let's pump the brakes a little bit on Victor Wembanyama. Just a little. I'm not saying he stinks or he's not going to be great. I'm not even saying he might not be a Hall of Famer. But let's relax. See, there were no questions when LeBron came into the league about how great he was going to be. It was just a matter of to what decimal could he take that. I have questions about Wembanyama. I just laid him out. And I think my opinion is that he's more likely to fail, more likely to not live up to the hype than LeBron ever was. That's what I think. That's just what I think. Could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. Will I be wrong? It's possible. But I feel that he is likely to not live up to what we're expecting. That's all. So, anyway. All right. Well, there you go. That is the opening rant. Let's take a quick break. We're brought to you by Days Coffee. Coming up, we will do the question of the day. It's the Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave.
Coffee lovers, Middletown is now officially home to the home run of our favorite beverage, Days Coffee. Days' patented blend contains approximately 85% less caffeine than other coffees, which makes it better for you, yet unlike decaf coffee, still gives you that great pickup and tastes amazing. Formulated by a retired cancer pathologist, Dr. Grant Lee, Days Coffee is fermented with a patented enzyme that until now required a complex and thus expensive sourcing and production process. With Dr. Lee's formulation, this enzyme's great health benefits can now be brought to your cup quicker, easier, and cheaper than ever before. Here's how you get a hold of this game-changing cup of joe. Go over to radioonlydeals.com and get a $4 gift certificate to Days Coffee for just $2. That's radioonlydeals.com to buy your single-use digital gift certificate for Days Coffee. Radioonlydeals.com. That's radioonlydeals.com. Enjoy the preferred coffee of the Gary Ayd Show. Enjoy Days Coffee.
Fights are breaking out on the court and the course. I am KO, back in 1 minute with your sports question of the day.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-284-0523. 800-284-0523. That's 800-284-0523.
Rival golfers and rival pickleball players are getting increasingly physical, and not in a good way. Disputes over pace of play, foul language, and obscene gestures are leading to a slew of physical altercations. Mercer, Pennsylvania State Police were called to break up a pickleball brawl in Jackson Township. Around the same time, two groups of golfers went fisticuffs over pace of play in Florida. The viral video of that brawl led to a debate over whether or not the first group should have just sped up. Question: which sport is most likely to raise your blood pressure, golf or pickleball?
Oh, that's great. First of all, before we get to the question, Emily Gillick of the Bombers and Nick Falvo of the Smash coming up in a little while. Right now, the question of the day: which sport is more likely to raise your blood pressure, golf or pickleball? Well, I have not joined the pickleball craze yet, but from what I've watched of it and having played handball, tennis, and volleyball, not volleyball, and ping pong, which when you put them together are close enough to pickleball. I've played badminton too. Having played all those sports, I can honestly say I never once had my blood pressure raise. Golf, just watching it for other people raises my blood pressure. Getting onto the driving range before I even take a club out of the bag or buy a bucket of balls, my blood pressure is already raised. Golf by itself, the idea people say, "Oh, I play to relax." What kind of psycho are you? You play golf to relax? The sight of golf gives me an aneurysm. My God, people that play golf to relax. If you play golf to relax, you probably eat broken glass when you have the munchies. I mean, you got to be out of your mind. You find that relaxing? I mean, God bless you. More power to you. Different strokes for different folks. Live and let live, all that stuff. Fine. But I got to tell you, golf, relax. That's like saying I'm going to go to the sauna to cool down. Like, no, absolutely not. The sight of golf, the term, the name gets my blood pressure up a little bit. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no sport on the planet that's more stress-inducing to me than golf. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. It's like the ball is laughing at you, right? Like, unless you're one of these weirdos that's actually good at golf, like, it's not relaxing. The ball's standing there at your feet, not moving. All you got to do is hit it straight, and you can't unless you're a robot. Those of us that are good at golf, good for you. Most of us stink. And it's the most maddening thing because it looks like it's supposed to be simple. Well, how hard could this be? Just hit it straight, and no, it doesn't work that way. And it drives you crazy. Relaxing? People play this to relax. That's what they tell you. They say, "Oh, I relaxes me. I go out and play. It relaxes me." You're nuts. You're crazy. I mean, and I say that affectionately, but you're absolutely out of your mind. There's nothing relaxing about golf. Oh, it gets my blood pressure going. It's got me going right now. Can't you tell? I got coffee here, and I got a seltzer water. Right now, I definitely need a swig of the seltzer water to cool myself down. So I'm getting all worked up. Pickleball? You can't get worked up about pickleball. If you worked up about pickleball, you're a different type of crazy. You're the type that just can't relax no matter what. You're the type that just gets so competitive with everything. You're upset if you don't get to the destination before your dinner party. You turn that into a race. If you say you relax by golf, you're the type of crazy that's just, like neurotic. You're like really, woo. Like you get relaxed by weird stuff. Two different types of crazy. I personally, pickleball is, if I ever played pickleball, there would be a 0% chance I would have any competitive drive for it. None. It would be no different than sitting by the bar and having a couple of beers, except now I'm moving a little bit. But golf is stress inducing. It really truly is. I mean, it's it makes you crazy. It really does. Um, so my friend Rob, he just texted me this. Him and I years ago. This is probably going on 20 years ago. It's at least 15, probably closer to 20 years ago. We went to a golf course somewhere locally here. I forget where it was, but somewhere in the general area. And Rob's stepdad, Mike, plays a lot. And Rob and I don't play at all. Rob played, I guess, probably more often than me, but I think I played twice in my life, including this one time I'm about to tell you about. So I don't remember what happened, but I must have hit a bad shot or series of bad shots. I finally get the ball on the green, and not having any concept of what this stuff costs and how it's maintained, because we're kids. I'm in my teens probably at the time. I don't know any better. I start out of frustration banging my club against the green. I'm smashing the heck out of the green, which of course you can't do. So, and then the very next hole, or right before that, maybe, I forget which happened first, Rob hits a tee shot. And this thing, talk about not hitting it straight. The ball went perpendicular right. It didn't slice. Is it hook, slice? I forget which is which. I don't think it's slice. It didn't slice. That implies it went somewhat straight and started turning like a foul ball, curving foul. No. This was he threw the ball intentionally directly to his right, as if he put his arm out to his side. It was that straight right. And there was a handful of seconds of silence. It goes through this, some trees. You hear brushing off trees, leaves rattling and stuff. Next thing you hear is smash. And then a woman screams, OMG. And so Rob somehow busted a window on someone's apartment, condo, house, whatever it was, that lived on the course, through these woods directly to the right of the tee of whatever hole we were on. And she was all bent out of shape. I've lived here for 20 years. That's never happened. Well, lady, it's my first time here. So Rob had to pay for a damaged window. Next hole, I think it was after that, I smash up the green. We get kicked off. And that's my golf story. So yes, golf raises my blood pressure. Bad memories and a very frustrating, infuriating sport. It really is. So pickleball, you can't get that upset about pickleball. I just don't think you should be able to. All right, well, there you go. That is my golf story. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more to get to. Basketball's next. The Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave.
Are you like me? You have health insurance, but you don't have dental insurance. Do you need to get to the dentist right away? Maybe you need an implant or some other major service. Well, I found a dental insurance plan that's just right for you. It's called Spirit Dental. Spirit Dental offers a $100 lifetime deductible, a huge network of dentists. And here's the best part. There's no waiting periods. Yeah, that means you can call right now and have real dental insurance for you and your family tomorrow and get that immediate coverage you want. Spirit Dental has plans for just a few dollars a day, up to $5,000 annual maximum, and coverage for implants. Whatever age you are, the dental insurance you need is a free phone call away. Now don't wait, and be sure to ask about Spirit's vision plan. Here's the number: 800-631-9229. 800-631-9229. That's 800-631-9229.
Hey friend, life happens and you need money. What do? You call the special toll-free number we're about to give you. We will send you a link to your phone with details on how you can loan up to $5,000. Couldn't you use $5,000 to pay for your rent, pay grocery bills, get your car repaired, or whatever you need? It's up to you. We don't care. We're just here to lend you the money. And we'll lend people money with good, bad, or no credit at all. Of course, some terms and conditions apply, and you'll see those on the link we're going to send you. So if you need up to $5,000 maybe as soon as the next business day, call this number right now. We will text you a free link with details.
Paid for by Money Mutual. Call 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. That's 800-586-7112.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave. It's great to have you aboard. We got a lot to get to. Oh, so let's take a look at the NBA playoffs. So the Lakers and Celtics both find themselves down 1-0 in their respective conference finals against Miami and Denver, respectively. And I gotta tell you, if it's the NBA, if I'm looking at John Q. Public, the prospect of a Miami and Denver finals is not exciting. Miami's not bad. Denver is just one of those teams. I'm not rooting for them because I'm a Lakers fan, but if they were playing basically any other team in the NBA, I would be rooting for them because I happen to love the way they play. But I'm a basketball guy. A lot of people who are casual fans only kind of follow storylines, don't really watch games. Denver's not the attraction that LeBron is, that Lakers Celtics are. I mean, Lakers and Celtics is to basketball what Red Sox Yankees is to baseball, what Michigan Ohio State is to college football, what Duke North Carolina is to college basketball. It is the primo rivalry in its sport. If you talk about pure number of high leverage, aka finals matchups, and star power over the years between two rival franchises in any sport, it's unquestionably, other than maybe Yankees Dodgers, it's unquestionably number one. But I would say it's even higher than that. The Yankees have a bunch of stars. The Dodgers had some, but not anywhere near the number of the Yankees, and they didn't sustain it. There weren't two great eras of Yankees Dodgers. There was one. From the whole decade of the 60s, it was Celtics Lakers, with the Celtics always winning. Then in the 80s, it was Celtics Lakers with more of a even split. And then we've had a handful of them in other years, more recent years. Most recently in 2010, I think it was. And one in 2008 with them splitting those series. So to me, this is the greatest rivalry in all of sports, because basically the rivalry is essentially founded on not locality. They're on opposite sides of the country, not stylistic similarities. They're usually polar opposites. It is founded on the fact that they run into each other like two bulls head on very frequently in the NBA finals, and have done so across multiple generations. So whether you're 80, 50, 30, or 15, maybe not 15, maybe 25, you have some history, some recollection of a Lakers Celtics finals. What other rivalry can you say that about? If you're under 80, you don't really have Yankees Dodgers. If you're a fan of the sport and you know the little history, it has like a ring to it, but it's not personal to you. Unless you're a big college football person or you're from that region of the country, Ohio State, Michigan's a big deal, but it's not, you don't care. I guess the closest thing to it maybe is Army Navy, but that's just purely patriotic, right? That's nationalism and patriotism fueled and not much else, especially now. Maybe one point, decades ago, it was both teams were good, especially Army, but you'd have to be really old to remember that at this point too, for the most part. There's really nothing like Celtics Lakers in the sports world. And at the risk of sounding elitist or biased, I think it's very safe to say, very accurate, maybe not safe, but accurate to say Celtics Lakers is good for basketball in a way that other matchups cannot match. It would be cool to see Butler or Jokic get a championship. Both are great players, highly deserving. But as much as people will say, I like the underdog, I want to see someone new, I'm tired of the same old, people will say that all day, but their behavior, their viewing behavior, will say something else. I guarantee you, there's no chance, zero, that the Lakers and Celtics would do a lower number than any other combination that you can get from the remaining Final Four. Now, that said, that was my mini rant here. What do I think is going to happen tonight? Well, like I've said all along, this is a hard series to predict. I think it's very likely that this series goes 7. I think it's very hard to imagine any of these games being a blowout. So consequently, I think it's going to be very hard to predict any of these games 1-1. In order for it to go 7, though, the Lakers have to win tonight. And for that reason, I'm going to say the Lakers win and get the split and go back to LA, tied a game apiece. But this thing could go either way. Every one of these games can go any way. These are two awesome teams with a lot of ability, and both teams to me are fun to watch. As much as I'm a Laker fan and I'll be disappointed if they don't win the series, I will have no problem watching Denver in the finals. I will absolutely be rooting in the finals for the winner of this series. There's no question about it. No question about it. Really, really good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We got more to get to. We'll do some Mets. We'll do some lottery stuff. It's the Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave.
Coffee lovers, Middletown is now officially home to the home run of our favorite beverage, Days Coffee. Days' patented blend contains approximately 85% less caffeine than other coffees, which makes it better for you, yet unlike decaf coffee, still gives you that great pickup and tastes amazing. Formulated by a retired cancer pathologist, Dr. Grant Lee, Days Coffee is fermented with a patented enzyme that until now required a complex and thus expensive sourcing and production process. With Dr. Lee's formulation, this enzyme's great health benefits can now be brought to your cup quicker, easier, and cheaper than ever before. Here's how you get a hold of this game-changing cup of joe. Go over to radioonlydeals.com and get a $4 gift certificate to Days Coffee for just $2. That's radioonlydeals.com to buy your single-use digital gift certificate for Days Coffee. Radioonlydeals.com. That's radioonlydeals.com. Enjoy the preferred coffee of the Gary Ayd Show. Enjoy Days Coffee.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-370-2460. 800-370-2460. 800-370-2460. That's 800-370-2460.
Come on, you watch the news. Be prepared to pay more taxes. Then if you owe back taxes or haven't filed in a few years, get ready. The IRS, the largest collection agency in the world, will be coming after you with the power to collect taxes by any means they want to. Hey, they can freeze your bank account, your passport, even padlock your business. Oh, good times. Look, if the IRS claims you owe them $5,000 or more in back taxes and they're coming after you, don't panic. Call my friends at Get a Tax Lawyer first. Their job is to negotiate with the IRS and save you money. They're experts at it. That's all they do, and you can trust them. In some cases, they have reduced a $50,000 tax bill to less than $1,000. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more in back taxes, call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. That's 800-649-8617.
All righty, welcome back to the Gary Ayd Show here on the Cave. Lot to get to. Before we get to the lottery and the Mets situation, during the break, I was kind of scrolling through my Facebook feed, and I came across something interesting, and I want to get some feedback on it. So someone asked me, well, it was a post. No one asked me this specifically. Pick the best fantasy team, and they gave you 4 choices of 4. So the first choice is NFL. So you have Justin Fields, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, and Mark Andrews is Team A. You have Hurts, Eckler, Kupp, and Okanakwo. I know I pronounced that wrong. As Team 2. You have Allen, Harris, Chase, and Hill for Team 3. And Ritter, McCaffrey, Jefferson, Kelsey, Travis Kelsey, that is, Team 4. I gotta be honest. Depending on how effective the Raider passing attack is this year, and thus how impactful Adams is, if he's true to form, I think I like Team A. Although I think Team B has the potential to be very close. I would rank them like this. I'm going to say Team A, Team B. I guess they're Team C on this list. So Team A, which is Fields, Chubb, Adams, Andrews. Team C, which is Hurts, Eckler, Kupp, and Okanakwo. Excuse me. There we go. I got it right that last time. That's going to be my 1 and 2 in order. I think I'm going to go with Allen, Harris, Chase, and Hill, 3rd, and Jefferson, Ritter, McCaffrey, and Kelsey, 4th. Because I think there's a chance with McCaffrey, if the Niners go, depending what they end up doing at quarterback, they could take the ball out of his hands a little bit. So, anyway, interesting question. All right, what about the Mets? Well, the Mets are a mess. They've lost a number of series in a row now. They've lost to some bad teams. They're under 500. And just not a good look right now. We're already hearing, it's early. Yeah, it's early. But they're a game under 500 in a year where they were supposed to compete for a World Series. Now, they might still compete for the World Series because it's early, right? Let's see, where are we? Trying to get to today's schedule. Okay, here we are. So they beat Tampa Bay 2 in a row, which is kind of surprising. So they won that series. They won yesterday 8-7 and 10, and they won 3-2 today. 2 quality wins. Prior to that, they lost the first game of this 3-game series. They lost 2 out of 4 to Washington, so they split that series. They lost 2 out of 3 to Cincinnati. They lost 2 out of 3 to Colorado. They lost 3 in a row to Detroit. 1 game was postponed, rain out. Prior to that, they played a series with Atlanta. Only 3 of the 5 games got played because of weather again. They lost 2 of those 3. They lost 2 out of 3 to Washington. They lost 2 out of 4 to San Francisco. So that's 1. Going back to April 20th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 straight series from April 20th to May 11th No, make that 7 straight series. Excuse me, 7 straight series from April 20th to May 15th that they didn't win. Now, they tied a couple of them, but they hadn't won a series until yesterday. That was their first one series since the middle of April. And there were bad teams in there. Cincinnati, Colorado, Washington, Detroit. These aren't good teams. You know, it's one thing to lose to Atlanta. You need to beat them because they're in your division, but, you know, it's at least understandable. They're a great team. They've lost or tied 7 straight series going back to April 20th until yesterday. They won this series with Tampa by winning the last 2. Both one-run games. Yesterday's in extra innings. They start a series tonight with Cleveland. Carrasco's on the hill versus Quantrill. Doesn't bode well for the Mets. You better hope their offense is ready to go. Then tomorrow they have Scherzer going against Bieber, or Beebe, excuse me. Bieber is the next day, opposed by Verlander. This series is at home before they're back on the road against the Cubs. It's a rough time to be a New York baseball fan. The Yankees are turning it around a little bit, starting to play a little bit better. But if you're a Met fan, as I am, this is not where you thought you'd be sitting in late May. Mid to late May. And yes, it's early. I know. But like I always say, every one of these games counts exactly the same. Every one of these games means just as much as the next one in the standings. They all count as one. Whether that one is today, tomorrow, next week, next month, they all count as one. So, just something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. Talking about the lottery. You know, we mentioned Wembayana. And look, I think ultimately he is going to be a great player. He's obviously going to San Antonio because they won the draft lottery. But I got to tell you, I'm not that convinced that he's going to be this once in every number of generations type of player. Charlotte, which got the 2 pick, is going to go with the G League Ignites Scoot Henderson, the point guard. This guy is super athletic. He can break opposing defenses with his speed and rim pressure. He's 6'2", but he's just super fast, especially with the ball in his hands. He gets to the hoop with ease. In the half court, he's got a great first step. This is a scouting report I'm pulling from SB Nation. But I gotta tell you, other than Wembayana, he's the only player in this draft class that I know a lot about. Going down the list, third top prospect, Amen Thompson, another guard. He is also from the I guess you'll call the Pro-Am circuit. You know, not the G League, but the overtime team, which is like a paid, kind of lab team, I guess you can call it. So if this goes according to form, Wembayana is international from France. He'll go 1. Henderson, the G League, will go 2. Right now, they're projecting Thompson to go 3, but it's not a sure thing. First 2 are guaranteed. Those guys will be the 1 and 2 pick in that order. If Thompson does go 3, as this projection has him, The top 3 picks will have nothing to do with major college athletics. And I got to tell you, I am here for all of it. I've despised college basketball, elite, top level college basketball, that is, for a very long time. And I've been saying forever that there were better outlets for these kids. And finally, those outlets are not only here, but they are perceived as viable and they are pursued by the top talent. I love it. Absolutely love it. Few other names on this list. Houston Rockets are projected to go with forward Brandon Miller from Alabama. Detroit is projected to go with forward Cam Whitmore of Villanova in the 5th pick. Taylor Hendricks, another forward from University of Central Florida, is projected to go 6th to the Magic. Indiana is projected to look at Sar Thompson, who's a guard forward, another overtime elite player. Washington Wizards are looking at Jarris Walker, forward from Houston. Carson Wallace, the guard from Kentucky, is projected to go 9 to Utah. And rounding out the top 10, Anthony Black, guard from Arkansas, is projected to go to Dallas. And in being in full transparency and honesty, I know virtually nothing about any of these guys other than the top 2 guys. So as much anticipation as exists around Wembanyama's on-court debut, and to a great lesser extent, Scoot Henderson's, there's almost no anticipation, no excitement, no sizzle for the rest of this draft, and there's no theater of any kind of expectation or wonder for the couple of guys that the average person knows, because they're gonna go 1 and 2. You couldn't trade for that first pick for Wembanyama if you wanted to. So I'm projecting very little sizzle in this year's draft, much less than any other draft I've ever watched. But as they say, I guess we'll see. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 2 is around the corner. The Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave.
Coffee Lovers Middletown is now officially home to the home run of our favorite beverage, Days Coffee. Days patented blend contains approximately 85% less caffeine than other coffees, which makes it better for you, yet unlike decaf coffee, still gives you that great pickup and tastes amazing. Formulated by a retired cancer pathologist, Dr. Grant Lee, Days Coffee is fermented with a patented enzyme that until now required a complex and thus expensive sourcing and production process. With Dr. Lee's formulation, this enzyme's great health benefits can now be brought to your cup quicker, easier, and cheaper than ever before. Here's how you get a hold of this game-changing cup of joe. Go over to RadioOnlyDeals.com and get a $4 gift certificate to Days Coffee for just $2. That's RadioOnlyDeals.com to buy your single-use digital gift certificate for Days Coffee. RadioOnlyDeals.com. That's RadioOnlyDeals.com. Enjoy the preferred coffee of the Gary Ayd Show. Enjoy Days Coffee.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the facts. You made a mistake. You made a bad purchase. A timeshare is not an investment. It's a money pit that continues forever. If you use your timeshare, that's great. But if you don't and you want to legally get out of your contract, call my friends right now at the Timeshare Exit Hotline. They're an experienced team of lawyers who help good people like you get out of a timeshare contract that they just don't want. Don't throw away your money on maintenance fees. Use it for things you really want. We can help you end your timeshare contract and stop the money drain immediately. If you are ready to move on with your timeshare, call our team right now.
Cancel your timeshare now. with a free call. 800-741-9557. 800-741-9557. 800-741-9557. That's 800-741-9557. If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. Ouch! Well, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers. If you administer insulin 3 or more times per day or use an insulin pump, call now and learn how a CGM can help you.
Painless. No more pricking my finger.
No finger pricks.
Convenience. They delivered it free and they took care of all the paperwork.
You can reduce pain right away. Plus, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you spend more time in range. And if you have insurance, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Call now and get free shipping of your new CGM. Plus, we'll bill your insurance for you. 800-826-5884. 800-826-5884. 800-826-5884. That's 800-826-5884.
All righty, welcome back to the Gary Ayd Show here on the Cave, Hour 2. A lot of guests this hour. We're going to have Emily Gillick, Nick Falvo. That's coming up at 5:20 and 5:30 respectively. He's sort of a guest, although sort of like a part-time roommate. The one and only Rich Anselmo. What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Not too much, just hanging out.
Are you able
waiting
to
for the red light to go on?
Are you able to drink our favorite beverage again?
And not really, but I'm doing it anyway.
Good man. That's what I like to hear. So all right, great. So all right, let's do the top 5 because we got a handful of guests. I just received word Olivia Jordan is going to join us at 5:40. So
nice.
We got back to back to close out the hour and the show. We have one smash sandwiched by 2 bombers. So there you go. So we could do the top 5, or you know what? Let's talk about this these 2 playoff series. We'll do some top 5 action at another time.
Okay.
You know, I gotta tell you, I think of all the playoff series so far, this Lakers and Nuggets series, every time there's a game, I have to give them a prediction. I have no earthly clue. I think every game is going to be like what we saw in game 1. I think every one of these games is going to be decided by under 10 points. I really do. I think every game is going to be close.
I agree. When I hear things like, well, the Lakers have figured out how to stop Jokic in game 1, I'm like, you don't think he'll come up with anything else in game 2? There are certain players you don't stop.
Yeah, you don't figure them out, right?
Right, and there's a few of them in this game.
I will say
in this series.
Oh, absolutely. I will say this. I like what they arrived at, which is basically ensure that Davis is protecting the rim and don't have him chasing Jokic out to the perimeter as much as possible. I do think that gives the Lakers the best chance to win because without Davis near the rim, it's a field day for Murray. It's a field day for Porter Jr. It's a field day for everybody. Davis needs to be by the rim.
Field day for Jokic getting rebounds too.
Right, exactly. He needs to be by the rim because to your point, and you're right, you're not going to stop Jokic, whether it's Davis chasing him on the perimeter or anyone else. So you may as well keep Davis near the rim to prevent all that other stuff from happening.
Right, because you're letting Porter run wild.
Right, Murray's getting to the rim at will.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And all 3 of those guys can score close in and farther away.
Right. So I think I expect to see Hachimura starting most of the series and drawing the principal on-ball duty of Jokic. So he's the sacrificial lamb. Someone's got to be the guy. It's his turn to take the to take the pies to the face. You know, it happens every once in a while. It always comes around. It's like, oh, you're the guy that has to fall on your sword this series. It's your turn, Rui. Oh, well.
You know, he's big enough and physical enough to do it.
Yeah, to chase him around. And it's not like you
if
need
it's
it for anything
not
else.
Davis, he's the only one.
He's the only one, right? There's no one else. So, I don't know what that means for the lineup. I would assume it means you move everyone up. So it's probably Davis, Rui, LeBron. I would think Reeves and Russell, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. I guess that's the lineup.
Still have Vanderbilt. You got Brown. You got Schroeder coming off the bench.
I guess that's the other thing. You might maybe you bump Russell to the bench and move Reeves to the 1 and either start Vanderbilt or Schroeder. I guess you could go that route too, especially Vanderbilt if you wanted more length. But
They're sacrificing a lot.
Too much offense. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Probably have to go with Russell.
And I definitely would be leery about starting Schroeder.
Well, he had a hell of a series against Golden State. He really did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
agreed.
I've never been a big Schroeder guy, but you know, you got to give credit where it's due. And lately, he's played very well.
True, he has.
Now getting to the other series. Like this is crazy. Let's think about this for a second. Hypothetically, let's say Miami and the Lakers both win. You'll have an 8 versus 7. A 7 will have home court advantage in the NBA Finals. Wouldn't that be a crazy story?
I love it. I would love it.
You know, that's probably my second choice. Obviously, any choice of mine involves the Lakers, although I do love watching Denver play, so I won't be heartbroken to watch them. But I was saying in my opening rant today, nothing moves the needle in the NBA like Celtics Lakers. There's nothing else that's like it. You can't replicate that. So if that ends up being the case, you'll have your whiners out there. Oh, it's always the same teams, but the numbers will say, well, people want to see this. There's one of those rivalries in every sport that just transcends everything else. And in basketball, that's the one.
It is. And anyone who's a fan of the game should not have an issue with that at all.
No, it's wonderful. You get all those montages, all the old legends. I mean,
oh yeah, and you know wonderful. They'll be there.
Oh, absolutely. They'll probably be fighting in the parking lot before the game. Cedric Maxwell will probably be like yelling at Larry Bird or something before the game, like throwing elbows. Like, guys, chill. Make sure you get your lip rapport before you come in here tonight.
If I had to take one person to war with me, man, Jimmy Butler would be pretty high on my list.
Oh, he's an animal.
He is amazing.
He's an animal.
That's a very, very balanced team.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
You know, in both playoffs, you have an 8 seed in the conference finals, and they're both in the state of Florida.
Isn't that something?
Must be something in the water.
That's right.
I never considered the Heat an 8th seed, despite the struggles they had in the regular season. Once the playoff seedings were announced, I felt they would surprise people. Of course, by surprise, I meant I thought they'd take Milwaukee 7, but the biggest surprise was them winning it. Them beating the Knicks after watching the first game was not a surprise to me. It wouldn't be a surprise to me, even though I still don't think it's going to happen. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if they won this series.
Yeah, I mean,
just because of the way the Heat play.
Yeah.
They're hard to play against.
Yeah, they are. The thing is, Boston has like just so many weapons. And but you're right, that Miami's so tough. It's hard to pick. It really is.
Not only did you have your 2 top scorers, you had 4 other guys have 15 points each.
Right.
There's a lot of balance there. And Barkley made the point in the in last night's post game. They were talking about game 2 of this, and and Barkley, or was it after the game 1? And Barkley said, "Don't leave Strus open. Don't leave him open. He's one of those guys that can just hit open shots." He said he's more surprised when he misses.
Yeah, well, Barkley, says a lot of things. Some of them smart, some of them not. That goes in the smart category.
Well, he also said the Heat had no chance in the series, and I'm like,
That goes in the not category.
in the not smart. Yeah, they're there for a reason, dude. Calm down.
They're that's the only show in television right now, pre-post game show, that matters. And it has been that way for 2 decades now.
It has.
ESPN should just like bite the bullet, take the humble pie, and just run a syndicated feed of TNT's halftime show.
They don't even run real pregame shows.
No, they don't. They run pregame commercials.
They don't do it for hockey either, and the TNT show blows ESPN out of the water with that too.
Yeah, I would say that
TNT knows how to put the right people in place in those situations.
They do. I was just gonna say, I think of all the in my lifetime, of all the non-sports networks that have carried significant amount of pro sports coverage, I think on a consistent basis across multiple sports, TNT does it better than anybody. Whether it's college basketball, the NBA, the NHL, TNT, and baseball too. They just do a great job.
They do.
Yeah, they really do.
Oh, they got a dual threat too, because Ernie Johnson is a great baseball guy.
Yes. Yeah, Ernie Johnson.
As was his father.
Ernie Johnson is also like the most patient person on the planet. How do I know that? He has to be.
Oh, man. They were interviewing Lowry last night after the game, and it was all Ernie could do to wrangle the other three in and go, another question for Kyle Lowry. So he ended up asking the question because the other three were going on about whatever.
God knows what, right? Yeah.
He has to be the adult in the room all the time on that show.
Oh, that's his whole job.
But that's what makes it must-see television.
Oh, absolutely. It's great. And, after all these years, I'm finally warming to Shaq on television. He still doesn't serve a purpose, but now he's like serves a funny non-purpose. It's taken me years. It's just like, well, what is it about him? Well, nothing. He's the funniest nothing ever.
He's just Shaq. He's just Shaq.
He's just there.
You know what you're going to get. You know what you're not going to get. If you are happy with what you get, you'll love him.
That's right. All righty. Good stuff. Who do you got tonight?
Oh, that's a very good question. Probably LA.
Yeah, I have LA too. Mostly because I think this is a 7-game series, and I think for it to go 7, LA has to win this game. Like I said, I think picking these games is impossible. I think every one of these games is gonna be close. But I'm gonna go with LA just because I think it's gonna be a long series, and I just assume that means LA has to win tonight. So I guess they will. But
you might have a hard time seeing any team win 2 games in a row in this series.
Yeah, I think it's possible. This is just great basketball. I mean, it's just great basketball.
The best thing for conference finals, no matter what the sport is, you want to at least see both of them go 6 games at least.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
And that's so important, not just for the reason of you want the closeness in the series, but they're great games and you want to watch.
Exactly.
What was your never heard your feelings on that on game 1 of the Celtics Heat?
Well, I think this is what I think about this series in general. I think the Heat have a narrower path to victory than the Celtics. I think the Heat have to be closer to their best more consistently than Boston does. Boston played far from their best in game 1, and it was still fairly close. I think that Miami played tremendous. They played a great game. I think Miami basically has to play at least that good to have a shot. I think the Celtics could beat them even if Miami plays exactly the same way. But if the Celtics don't play better, they can easily lose the series. And Miami is not going to do you any favors. So I think that Boston is better. I think Boston will ultimately win the series. And I mostly base that off the fact that at some point, Miami is, I think, good or just run into the sustainable reality of their sort of what I'm calling found offense in some of these games. Cause like they scored a whole bunch of points in this game. But like I feel like Boston can do that in their sleep. And for a large part of this game, basically did. I think Miami has to play like near the top of its ability to score that many points. And I just think Boston will continue to score that many points kind of no matter what. And I think at some point that attrition erodes Miami down a little bit. I just think Jaylen Brown as the second best player on Boston is so far better than whoever the second best player on Miami is, offensively speaking only, I'm talking about, that I think at some point that factors into the series as this goes longer.
I get that, and I don't disagree. I just think that Miami's going to play hard.
Right.
At that same hard level for 4 quarters, and the Celtics have a habit of not doing that.
Yeah, no, and that's going to get them in trouble. There's no question about it. That's why Miami's going to be in this series. But I think if Boston...
That's what got them in trouble in game 1, Gary.
Yep. No, I know. I think if Boston can string together full games, I just think they're better. Mostly because of how great Jaylen Brown is. Jaylen Brown's not good. Jaylen Brown's great. That is one of the most complete wings in the entire NBA. That guy's a monster. If he wasn't teammates with Jason Tatum, he'd be in an MVP conversation right now. He's that good. Guy's a monster. So, yeah. So anyway, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's go ahead and take a break. We got our first guest coming up, Emily Gillick and her father, Drew. That's next of the Bombers. Coming back here on the Gary Ayd Show on the Cave.
Are you like me? You have health insurance, but you don't have dental insurance. Do you need to get to the dentist right away? Maybe you need an implant or some other major service. Well, I found a dental insurance plan that's just right for you. It's called Spirit Dental. Spirit Dental offers a $100 lifetime deductible, a huge network of dentists. And here's the best part. There's no waiting periods. Yeah, that means you can call right now and have real dental insurance for you and your family tomorrow and get that immediate coverage you want. Spirit Dental has plans for just a few dollars a day, up to $5,000 annual maximum, and coverage for implants. Whatever age you are, the dental insurance you need is a free phone call away. Now don't wait, and be sure to ask about Spirit's vision plan. Here's the number: 800-631-9229. 800-631-9229. That's 800-631-9229.
Hey friend, life happens and you need money. What do? You call the special toll-free number we're about to give you. We will send you a link to your phone with details on how you can loan up to $5,000. Couldn't you use $5,000 to pay for your rent, pay grocery bills, get your car repaired, or whatever you need? It's up to you. We don't care. We're just here to lend you the money. And we'll lend people money with good, bad, or no credit at all. Of course, some terms and conditions apply, and you'll see those on the link we're going to send you. So if you need up to $5,000 maybe as soon as the next business day, call this number right now. We will text you a free link with details.
Paid for by Money Mutual. Call 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. That's 800-586-7112.
All righty, welcome back to the Gary Ayd Show here on the Cave, and we are joined now by Emily Gulick and her father, Drew. Hello, Emily. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And first of all, congratulations. Thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you.
So which Bombers team do you play on? Which age group is it?
12 you.
12 you. Awesome. Good stuff. Now, how long have you been playing softball for?
I've been playing since second grade, but like I really started to like play like a lot more just like last year.
Got it. Okay. Cool. And have you been playing travel that whole time or
No, I just started travel this year.
just this year? Okay. Cool. And what positions do you play?
I usually play left field or right field. Sometimes I'll play center field.
Very, very cool. And do you have a preference in any of the outfield positions? Do you like one over the other?
I like center field the most.
Yeah, a little extra room to run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell me what besides the Bombers, where else do you play?
I play for Warwick Modified and Warwick Little League.
Very cool, very cool. What's your favorite part about the game? Do you like hitting, running the bases, fielding? Like what's your favorite part about the sport?
I probably like hitting the most.
Yeah, yeah, hitting is a lot of fun. What makes it your favorite part of the sport?
Like it's something like I feel like you get to like kind of stick to yourself and like instant feedback, like you get to see how you're doing and stuff.
That's cool. Where have you where's been your favorite place that you've traveled to play?
We haven't traveled much, but probably Frozen Ropes, because that's been like I feel like the biggest tournament, and we like have won there recently.
It's interesting. I was just over there today, as a matter of fact. That is a really nice place. Do you like playing on turf like that, or do you like natural grass better?
I like playing on dirt and grass more usually, but I really like the Frozen Ropes turf. It's like really nice turf to play on.
Yeah. Does it play extra fast, or did it play more natural, that turf? Because
Just throw the ball. Fast, probably.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's the one thing about turf is it usually is a little bit faster. Where do you? I guess when you're practicing, what do you spend the most time on? Is it hitting? Is it fielding? Like where do you spend most of your practice time?
It's usually divided pretty evenly, I think, but I think sometimes we'll hit more usually.
Yeah, that's cool. Where do you I guess when you're at the plate, like what's your general approach? Are you just trying to put the bat on the ball? Are you trying to work the count? Are you trying to find a good pitch to hit as far as you can? Like what's your general hitting approach?
So usually for my first pitch, I usually like high pitches, so I'll like try to pick my perfect pitch there. And then once I have one strike, I'll start swinging like a stuff like I wouldn't always pick, and then when it's two strikes, I'll swing anything close.
What about let's say you're up in the count 3-0. Are you swinging if the pitch is like right down the middle, or are you taking no matter what up 3-0?
I take no matter what when it's 3-0.
What about the other way? What if you're down 0-2? Like you just trying to foul everything off, or are you still looking to get a ball or two? Are you still like looking to see if it's in the zone or if it's anywhere close, you're just swinging?
Anything close, like especially like 0-2, I'll probably sometimes like try to like put that on ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever gotten any like fun hits when you're down 0-2 where you're thinking, man, I'm dead in this at bat, and all of a sudden you get like a hit somewhere? You ever have that happen?
Yeah, during last tournament I was down 0-2, and I got like a line drive to the shortstop.
That's cool. Were you like surprised, or like what was your initial reaction when that happened?
I was really happy. I was a little surprised because like this is like I feel like the first time like I started like do really good for the Bombers, because like I've been like not hitting too well usually, but I did like really good last tournament.
Very good. I'm gonna ask your dad one or two things real quick, if that's all right.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Drew, what's going on? So, just a question for you. Do you have other children that play travel sports, or is Emily your first one to do this?
Yeah, Emily's my oldest. She's 1 or 2. My son's 8, and we haven't entered travel ball team yet.
Got it. Okay. So, so you're pretty new to this. What's that experience been like for you, from the family's perspective of taking on the travel commitment?
It's definitely a lot more softball. It's exciting. It's been a great experience so far. I think my daughter has made a good group of friends and is definitely building and growing every day as a softball player.
That's awesome. I guess my last thing for you, since you are kind of going through this for the first time, what would your advice be to someone who maybe is in your shoes next year, who's looking to put a child into a travel organization for the first time? As someone who's kind of new to it, what would you tell them to be on the lookout for or expect?
You have long days of tournaments. So pack accordingly. You better be ready for a long day.
Pack a couple extra sandwiches or something, huh?
A couple sandwiches, a tent. People have everything. They're ready to go. We came up the first day with just a regular chair for one game. We were not ready.
Yeah, it's like you can, if you go to like early season baseball games in the stands, you can always tell the veteran game goers versus the novices, because you dress for football in April. If you go into a baseball game, you don't dress for baseball.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I've been caught in the wrong clothes. It's been cold, fall ball especially.
Yep, absolutely. Well, good stuff. I'm gonna ask Emily one more thing here before we run.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, so actually two things. What's your favorite softball memory? If a game, a play, a location, what's been your favorite memory from playing softball so far, whether it's the Bombers or anywhere else?
So last year during districts for Warwick Little League, during our last game against Pine Bush, I made 2 catches in right field. And then we actually won district. It was really fun.
That's awesome. Awesome stuff. And then my last question is, who's your favorite player?
Probably Hannah Hennessy. She plays for JMU.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. Well, hey, congratulations on a great season so far. Great, and enjoy the rest of it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
That is Emily Gulick and her father, Drew. This is the Gary Ayd Show. Back after this here on The Cave.
Coffee Lovers Middletown is now officially home to the home run of our favorite beverage, Days Coffee. Days patented blend contains approximately 85% less caffeine than other coffees, which makes it better for you, yet unlike decaf coffee, still gives you that great pickup and tastes amazing. Formulated by a retired cancer pathologist, Dr. Grant Lee, Days Coffee is fermented with a patented enzyme that until now required a complex and thus expensive sourcing and production process. With Dr. Lee's formulation, this enzyme's great health benefits can now be brought to your cup quicker, easier, and cheaper than ever before. Here's how you get a hold of this game-changing cup of joe. Go over to radioonlydeals.com and get a $4 gift certificate to Days Coffee for just $2. That's radioonlydeals.com to buy your single-use digital gift certificate for Days Coffee. Radioonlydeals.com. That's radioonlydeals.com. Enjoy the preferred coffee of the Gary Ayd Show. Enjoy Days Coffee.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-370-2460. 800-370-2460. 800-370-2460. That's 800-370-2460.
Come on. You watch the news. Be prepared to pay more taxes. Then, if you owe back taxes or haven't filed in a few years, get ready. The IRS, the largest collection agency in the world, will be coming after you with the power to collect taxes by any means they want to. Hey, they can freeze your bank account, your passport, even padlock your business. Oh, good times. Look, if the IRS claims you owe them $5,000 or more in back taxes and they're coming after you, don't panic. Call my friends at Get a Tax Lawyer first. Their job is to negotiate with the IRS and save you money. They're experts at it. That's all they do, and you can trust them. In some cases, they have reduced a $50,000 tax bill to less than $1,000. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more in back taxes, call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. That's 800-649-8617.
All righty, we're back here on the Gary Ayd Show, and we have Nick and Nick. It's not Nick at Night, it's not Nickelodeon, but it's maybe it's pretty close. Hopefully, it's quite
Close
as
enough.
entertaining. Close enough, right? Nick and
Right.
Nick. We got Nick Falvo, one of our OC Smash Players of the Week on the 7U team, and his father Nick as well. Hello, Nick. How are you? This is for the young one.
What do you say, Nicholas?
Stop.
What's up? I like it. Good man. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. Awesome. Well, so how long have you been playing baseball now?
Since I was 4.
Since you were 4. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's good stuff. What's your favorite part about the sport, Nick?
I think like just being in the field and stuff.
Being in the field.
Being part of the action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool stuff. What positions do you play?
I play pitcher, third base, and shortstop.
Pitcher, third base, and shortstop. All right. What's your favorite?
A pitcher.
All right. Are you a left-handed pitcher or a right-handed pitcher?
Right-handed.
Do you bat righty as well?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Now, when you're playing the field, if you're not pitching, what do you like to play?
Shortstop.
Yeah. My friend from school was a shortstop. I played second base. Where I'm guessing obviously it's your first year with the Smash. Where did you play, like Little League somewhere else?
Yeah.
What did you play for? Goshen Little League.
Goshen Little League.
Oh, Nick, Dad, are you guys live in Goshen or from Goshen?
Yeah, we live in Goshen. We're actually from upstate New York, Schenectady, Albany area.
Okay.
We've been down in Goshen about 6-7 years now.
Very good. I'm actually a Goshen alumni myself, Goshen High School. So.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
We love the area. We're Nicholas is in GIS and SAS, and we got one in GIS.
Very good. Yeah, I moved to the district during my intermediate school years. I think my first year in Goshen schools was 3rd grade or 4th grade. I think it was 3rd grade. No, 4th grade. It was 4th grade. It was my first year in
nice.
Goshen school districts. So.
Yeah, we heard Goshen's got some good athletic programs, so that was a big plus to be in there.
Yeah, no question about it. Particularly soccer, tennis, and lacrosse. They've always been very good about.
Yeah, we're a big soccer family too. So
yeah, very very.
Yeah,
cool.
we keep it moving all the time.
It certainly sounds like it.
Yeah,
Nicholas, what's where do you like what do you like most about baseball? What's your favorite part of it? Do you like the hitting or the fielding?
Hitting.
Who doesn't like hitting, right?
It's the best
Yeah.
part about baseball. It absolutely is. That's really, really cool. Where do you most like to play? Like as far like do you like the traveling part of playing with the Smash?
Yeah, I like traveling and seeing all the teams to verse.
Well,
We travel into Westchester a lot, and we play on a lot of beautiful fields and meet a lot of new people all the time. So it's pretty cool to be around some other great 7U and 8U teams.
yeah, that really is cool. Now for you, Nick, dad here, what one of the things that I often find interesting in having these interviews is I obviously the kids make a lot of friends and make lifelong memories and bonds, which is one of the great values of travel sports. But for us adults who have a hard time making new friends because we're so caught up in our regular lives, it becomes a way of meeting new people for us as well. I mean, has that been your experience?
Absolutely. So Coach Rocco, Coach Alex, and another Coach Nick, we've become we make a pretty good team. Really enjoy being with them and being with the kids every day. And the social aspect, you're right. After work, you get to go hang out with a couple of guys and coach a great bunch of kids, and it's just fun, And we have some good conversations. It's a good time. We really make the best out of it when we're out there.
That's awesome. Now,
But yeah, social aspect. I mean, all the teams we played, coaches have been really great. The kids have been really great. Some good sportsmanship. So everything has been a good experience so far.
that's really good stuff. All right, I'm gonna ask your son one more thing here. Hey Nick, what's your favorite baseball? Who's your favorite baseball player?
Aaron Judge.
Of course it is.
Aaron Judge. I almost don't have to ask that question anymore. There's no love for
How
Alonso.
many times have you gotten that answer?
If I've asked that question 30 or 40 times, I would say if it was 40 times, probably about 30 answers. I've been Aaron Judge.
Of course it is.
I've gotten a handful of Francisco Lindors. I got
Yes.
a weird one. I got one Bryce Harper. Someone gave me Ronald Acuna Jr. I was like, okay, that guy's going to be a scout when he grows up. This is like a 9-year-old. I forget the kid's name, but he was like a 9-year-old. He's talking about Ronald Acuna Jr. I was like, oh, that's a future scout.
Who else do you like?
I also like Tatis Jr.
Oh yeah,
Fernando
Yeah.
Tatis Jr.
yeah.
When did you watch him play? He hasn't played in like 3 years. You were like a kid the last time he was on the field.
Yeah.
I know, but I thought I watched it on YouTube, and he's really good.
Yes,
He
is
watches
really
a lot of older games and a lot of reruns.
That's really cool. I mean, a couple of years ago, that's all we had, right? When the pandemic was going on, you had to watch older games.
Absolutely, that's all we did.
What else are you gonna do? Yeah, that's really cool. But no, Nick, yeah, Aaron Judge is like the answer. I'm waiting for one person to say Pete Alonso besides me. Just one. Just one.
I had a feeling that the majority of your answers would be Aaron Judge, but
oh yes,
that's all Nicholas talks about. He wants to hit home runs, and he wants to be famous like Aaron Judge. So.
Well, good luck hitting a good growth spurt, Nick. Here, Aaron Judge is about 6'8" and about 260. So.
Yeah, Nicholas takes after my wife. He's a little on the shorter side, but we got a lot of years to grow.
Yeah, make it happen. I always like to say I'm about 5'11", and I'm the tallest person in my family by about 4 inches or so.
Same.
You're about the same height, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you the tallest in your family as well?
I am.
Yeah. I always like to joke because I grew up playing basketball. That was my sport. I played in college. I played, travel ball and stuff. And I always like to say that I only got to be 5'11" from reaching up and stretching out and trying to catch all these tall guys I played against every day.
Absolutely. We're old school Italians, and the tallest person in my family is like 5 foot. So I tower over everybody.
Oh, that is so funny. That's really
good
stuff.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to tell you one funny story. So a few years ago, I went to a concert in Jersey with my mom. It was a Bob Seger concert. And there was this guy. It was an outdoor venue, PNC. So it's all outdoors. And we're standing up. My mom has a lawn chair. I don't. She got like the last one. So we're standing there. This guy taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "You're gonna stand the whole time?" And I'm thinking, well, probably. I don't have a chair. It's the ground, and I'm at a concert. You stand up even if you have a chair most of the time. So
Absolutely.
yes, I am. And he goes, "Well, can you move behind here? Because I can't see." The guy was relatively short, right? So I was like, "Well, if I move, there's like 500 rows of people in front of me. You're not going to see over them any better either. Like there's big jumbotrons. I don't see the stage either. I'm watching the screen like the rest of the place. Like what's this guy talking about, right?" So then he starts like really cursing at me, but then he starts cursing at my mom. So I'm either going to deck this guy or I have to like diffuse the situation. So I try to be nice. So I just decided to be as obnoxiously indifferent to his cursing at me as I could, and he finally shut up. So he goes away. We watched the concert. As we get about halfway through the show, people start leaving. Guy in front of me leaves. This guy walks around in front of me, stands right in front of me to get even, right? And he's got his chest puffed out like he's doing something, but he's like 5'4". So if my mom wasn't with me, I was going to tap him on the shoulder and be like, "You forgot your step stool if you think you're blocking my view." I didn't, but I thought it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You took the high road on that one.
I was very proud of myself. If I had been 8 years younger, it wouldn't have gone the same way. It wouldn't have
Same way. I always say that. If it was 10 years ago, certain things might happen a little different.
It wouldn't have been worthy to share on a radio show, particularly with a 7-year-old present. But
I hear you.
Because I was nice, I can share that.
Absolutely, I hear you.
Well, hey,
but you know what? It's at the end of the day, it's not all about your size. It's about the size of your heart.
That's right.
And he's if you got it in you and you got a lot of heart, that's all that matters. And with Nicholas, he lives and dies for this stuff. So he loves to get out there.
No, that's awesome. Did you play baseball, or anyone in your family play baseball?
I did. I was actually a catcher my whole career, and my father was my coach most of my career as well. So I get to do the same thing with my son. So it's pretty awesome.
Do you have any older children who have been through this already?
I have an older daughter, Gianna. She played a little bit of softball, a little bit of soccer, but she's more into dance and competitive dance and stuff like that.
Very, very cool. Well, one more thing for your son here as we wrap this up. Nicholas, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, so last thing for you. What are you most looking forward to this year with the Smash? What are you most excited about?
Winning.
There we go. That's the Aaron Judge answer right there. That's the Yankee answer.
Right.
Win, baby, win. Well, good
Who
luck.
Who doesn't like to win?
Absolutely. Winning's so much more fun than losing.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations, Nick, and good job today. We'll see you around. Have a great season, okay?
Hey, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. And Nicholas, what do you say? Say thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you.
Gary, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Anytime. You guys have a good day. That is Nick. This is the Gary Ayd Show. Back after this here on The Cave.
Are you like me? You have health insurance, but you don't have dental insurance. Do you need to get to the dentist right away? Maybe you need an implant or some other major service. Well, I found a dental insurance plan that's just right for you. It's called Spirit Dental. Spirit Dental offers a $100 lifetime deductible, a huge network of dentists. And here's the best part. There's no waiting periods. Yeah, that means you can call right now and have real dental insurance for you and your family tomorrow and get that immediate coverage you want. Spirit Dental has plans for just a few dollars a day, up to $5,000 annual maximum, and coverage for implants. Whatever age you are, the dental insurance you need is a free phone call away. Now don't wait, and be sure to ask about Spirit's vision plan. Here's the number: 800-631-9229. 800-631-9229. That's 800-631-9229.
Hey friend, life happens and you need money. What do? You call the special toll-free number we're about to give you. We will send you a link to your phone with details on how you can loan up to $5,000. Couldn't you use $5,000 to pay for your rent, pay grocery bills, get your car repaired, or whatever you need? It's up to you. We don't care. We're just here to lend you the money. And we'll lend people money with good, bad, or no credit at all. Of course, some terms and conditions apply, and you'll see those on the link we're going to send you. So if you need up to $5,000 maybe as soon as the next business day, call this number right now. We will text you a free link with details.
Paid for by Money Mutual. Call 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. That's 800-586-7112.
All righty, we're back here on the Gary Ayd Show, and we are joined now by Olivia Jordan and her father, Ryan. She's one of our players of the week for the OC Bombers, part of the 12U squad. Hello, Olivia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Quick question for you. When did you first start playing softball?
I don't know.
About what, 4 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. What positions do you play?
I play center and infield, except first base.
Got it. Cool. What's your favorite position?
I like center.
Cool. Do you like hitting, fielding, running? Like, what's your favorite part about the game?
I like hitting and fielding.
Do you hit right-handed or left-handed?
Left-handed.
Do you throw lefty too?
No, I throw righty.
You throw righty and bat lefty. That's cool. Yeah. I'm sort of similar. I throw with my I throw and shoot with my right hand and hit with my right hand, but I like eat and write with my left hand. So I do some of the different things with different hands. What's your favorite place you've played so far? Like location?
Probably Kentucky.
Oh, that's really cool. You were in Kentucky?
Yeah,
Awesome. Was that this year or last year?
that was last year.
It was last year. Very, very cool. You were there you were probably there for like a week, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Where do you like to like when you're hitting, when you're at bat, what's your approach at the plate? Are you trying to work the count? Are you trying to hit the ball as far as you can? Like, or are you trying to get waiting on a good pitch? Like, what's your general hitting approach?
Well, I lead off, so I like to work the count and try to see every pitch.
Cool. So you're trying to get as many pitches thrown as you can. What about in the field? How much do you change where you play? Like if you're playing center field, how much do you kind of change where you're playing based on who the hitter is?
Well, it's kind of tough without like seeing where the foul ball goes, but for righties, I go the other side, and with lefties, I go the opposite side.
Right. So you move around based on where, if they're lefties or righties.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite softball player, favorite player to watch?
I like watching Erlia.
Okay. That's cool. Who does she play for?
Kind of forgot.
Okay, that's all right. Is she a pitcher or a hitter or what?
Center too.
Center field. Cool.
She does.
All right, awesome. Hey, I want to just ask your dad one or two things real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so do you have what's been the I guess for you the experience with being part of the Bombers organization? Now, obviously your wife is part of the organization as well. What's that been like as a family to go through all of the different parts of being a Bomber?
Yeah, no, it's a commitment, but everybody within the organization is like a big family. So, it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to watch all the girls grow. see their relationships both on and off the field. It's a great experience.
Yeah, that's the family seems to be the word I hear over and over again, which is really cool. What about the actual on field play? How does that stack up versus say like little league or school ball in your estimation?
Yeah, I mean, the girls put in a lot of time. On top of their weekly practices, they're putting in extra hours. So you definitely see that translate to the field as opposed to, the product that you'll see at Little League or even school ball. These girls are all in, and it's fun to watch on the field when they're putting it all together.
Yeah, that's really cool. I guess my last thing for you is as far as the actual trip to Kentucky. Were you on that trip as well? Did you guys go all as a group?
Yeah, we went as a family. We everybody had a great time. We had both of our kids play in the organization, so there was a lot going on while we were down there.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to take in any sites or locations or anything while you were down there? Anything kind of cool?
Yeah, definitely. The Louisville Slugger Museum was really cool. So it's where they make all of their bats. So they do a whole tour. They have a whole museum. It was a lot. That was a lot of fun. The girls really enjoyed that, and Olivia's telling me they had a blast going to the water park. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Had you been to Kentucky yourself before that, or no?
I personally had not. No. So this was my first trip to Louisville, and it didn't disappoint. Looking forward to going back.
Awesome, good stuff. I'm gonna ask your daughter one more thing before we wrap up here. Hey, what I guess my last question for you this year, what are you most looking forward to this year? Is there a game or a tournament or a road trip that you're excited about this season?
I'm excited for the Hershey one and the national one. I forgot where it is. I think it's in Pennsylvania.
Okay. When are you going to Hershey?
And
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, coming up, like next weekend, basically.
Not
after.
Oh, it's after Memorial Day. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So after.
Yeah, I'll be in Baltimore Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to an Orioles game, so yeah, so that'll be interesting.
All right. Enjoy.
Oh, I plan on. Well, you guys enjoy your trip to Hershey and the rest of the year. Olivia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Ryan.
All right, thanks.
Alrighty, that is Olivia Jordan and her father Ryan. This is the Gary Ayd Show, and we can wrap things up here with Rich. We'll talk a little, I guess, news you can use.
I have something interesting.
Okay, what do you got?
We lost superstar Billy Graham. Not good news.
No, that is not good news. That is very true.
But interesting news. The Phoenix Coyotes. We're going to play in Tempe one more year, but no one knows what's going on after that. Their future is not certain. They were looking to build a 16,000-seat arena and entertainment district on land in the west end of Tempe. The project was worth about $2 billion in cost. Would have included 2 hotels, 3,500 person theater, about 2,000 apartments, residential units, and they were going to pay for it, and it was still voted down. You figure with the hotel and restaurants alone, how many people those would employ? I think that's just a waste.
How could you? I don't understand. Why would a city vote down something that they were going to get for free that was going to be privately paid for?
I don't know, but the ownership said they were going to pay the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I always understand why a city would turn down any stadium that involves public funding. That's self-evident. I mean, you might just not want to lay that tax burden out. But
I don't like public funding at it.
Oh, we agree on that. I can't stand it. I mean, if you're a billionaire, you should be able to build your own building. Like, even if you take out a mortgage, finance your own building.
Yes, absolutely.
You're worth
You have $1 billion.
Right. If there's a B after your net worth, you should be able to build your own building. And
that is so true.
And if there's not a B after your net worth, you don't own a pro sports team right now.
Pretty much.
So
we got time for another one?
Yeah, what do we got?
The Mets won again.
Yay! 2 in a row
3-2
against Tampa.
over Tampa Bay.
Yep.
It was a good game. Played 1 o'clock this afternoon. It was a quick game. It was on MLB Network. And it's good to see them come out and win 2 in a row.
It sure is.
Pitching actually did a good job today.
I was
oh, go ahead.
I was going through this early in the show. You want to know something? This is the first series they've won since April 20th.
I know.
They've had a couple of series where they've tied, but they haven't actually outright won a series since April 20th. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's nuts. McGill went 6 good innings. Gave up 2 runs, but only 4 hits. The bullpen was, I think, Rayleigh, Brigham, and Robertson. Each had a shutout inning.
Sounds like an accounting
And Alonso hit his 16th.
Pizza beast. It's interesting. I joke with the kids, but it's true. Every one of these kids, 85, 90% of them say Aaron Judge when I ask who their favorite player is. And
I know.
It's amazing that there's no love for Pete. Pete's not a small guy either. He's pretty hulking looking. He's not quite as tall as Judge, but he's every bit 6'3" or so and about 250. Pete's an ox.
Right.
But he got no love, man. No love.
I know, and he is just an incredible player.
Oh, he's the best. I would say if you give me another 3 or 4 years of similar production to what he's given so far, I would call him the best Met offensive player of all time. Right now, it's Piazza. I would say Pete's well on his way to usurping that throne. He's just so consistent.
Give him a couple years.
Yeah, 3-4 more years, but he's so consistent. It's like you don't even have to think about it. Every year, you're getting 35 to 45 home runs, 100 to 130 RBIs, and he's just available every game.
That's a big one. Being available.
That's right.
Quickly before we go, NHL Conference Finals open tonight. Florida, their number 8 seed, is at number 1 Carolina. And game 2 of the Western Conference Finals in the NBA tonight. The Lakers at Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that game. I can't wait. I'll be locked in, ready to go. So quick, a little announcement. I actually, you're going to find this. I'm going to tell you this story here, Rich. So about a month ago, my wife and I went to a Renegades game, and they had a little booth out in the concourse, and it said that the tablecloth said, "Give us your best dad joke and be entered to win." It's like, oh, well, great. And I'll give you credit where credit's due. I used, you and I text these things back and forth to each other all the time. I used one of yours. I used your archaeologist one. Now, for those who haven't heard this, Rich sent this to me. It's become my favorite dad joke ever. It goes something like this. Friend of mine was a archaeology major in college, said it was the worst decision of his life. His life was in ruins. Beautiful. Just wonderful, corny dad joke. Love it. So that's the one I gave. They cracked a smile. They'd laugh. That was the deal. You had to get him to laugh and smile. And if you did, you got entered. So I got entered. And and I didn't even know what I was getting entered for or by who. Well, just today I get a text from the guy. Apparently I won. My dad joke won me a 4-pack of tickets to tomorrow's Renegades game, which starts at 6:00. So all of that to say, we'll be closing up shop a little early tomorrow to head on out of here. Probably like 5:30. But so tomorrow I'll be at the Renegades game, having a good old time, courtesy of my great sense of humor, which comes from yours truly. You're looking at him right here. So I think you
that
get an
is
assist
awesome.
there. You get the dad joke assist of the week.
Oh, nice. Like that is also one of my favorites.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, so
But out of all of them, I'm kind of surprised that's the one you picked.
I just loved it, and I use it all the time. So I've gotten good at delivering it. So I'm comfortable with it. So
That's
yeah. So anyway, so we'll be back tomorrow till about 5:30. We'll have probably a couple more Bombers and Smash. We'll see. Joe Vasile of the Renegades will join us tomorrow in the first hour. So that'll be fun. Talk Renegades baseball with him. And yeah, we'll have more information on everything else. NFL, obviously the NFL schedule is out. We can touch on that a little bit, talk a little bit about some of the games. And of course, the NBA draft lottery, which we didn't get to today, we can touch on as well. Wembayana, we'll get Rich's take on that. So a lot to get to tomorrow. We'll be back then. Enjoy your evening. Go Lakers. We'll see you tomorrow. The Gary Ayd Show here on The Cave.